Good morning, everybody. She-Bulk here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. And today, I'm going to be telling you the story of how I lost 60 pounds using a calorie deficit. This story doesn't start happy because it's also about how I healed my relationship with food. So, let's talk about that relationship. When I was 18, during quarantine, I had a little obsession called starving myself. So I got really into calorie restriction in 2020. After quarantine in 2022, I decided to start lifting weights and healing my relationship with calories, calorie restriction, and eating, all those things. So the first day I stepped into the gym was October 10th, 2022, something like that. And it was an arm day, and I decided I wanted to start lifting weights because my entire life I've had more of an athletic build, and I just thought it was about time to accentuate, if anything. And just getting older, so I want all the benefits that come with weightlifting, like better bone density. I don't know anything else, to be honest with you. I was about 140 pounds. And I had been calorie restricting for so long, I had gone into something called extreme hunger. If you don't know what extreme hunger is, basically it's when your body goes so long in a calorie restriction mode, extreme calorie restriction, not just like a regular cut, that you extreme hunger, exactly what it sounds like. And for most people, it causes them to eat mass amounts of calories. So that's what I was going through while I was lifting every single day. I'm going to give you guys a little rundown of what I used to eat. Literally every single day. This was not a day where I was eating anything out of the ordinary. I would wake up, I'd go to McDonald's, I'd get a 2 for $5 egg McMuffin meal. Then I would either from McDonald's get a large iced coffee, or I'd go to Starbucks and get a large iced caramel macchiato. Then I'd go to the gym, I'd lift, never do cardio, 5 minutes at most, if anything. Then I'd go home, maybe make myself a little snack, like a protein bar or something. Go to work, I would eat a whole thing of trail mix, and then 2 king-sized candy bars. Then I would be starving the entire time at work, so when I come back, I would eat half a Little Caesars pizza and breadsticks, or carne asada fries. So during that time of my life, I was primarily focused on healing my relationship with food, not tracking what I'm eating, and just eating to satiate myself. For once in my life, giving the trust back to myself and saying, hey, you can eat food and that's okay. You can be hungry and satiate that, and that's okay. That is all I was focusing on for a year. And I fully believe if I did not do that, I would not be recovered today, because I would still be obsessing over what I ate. I needed that year to just calm down on food, eat what my body craves, even if it's bad, and just forget all about trying to be skinny, trying to be perfect, just eat to, even for joy, because I had not been happy eating for so many years. So many negative emotions were tied to eating. There was no happiness, joy. There shouldn't be any sort of emotion tied to eating. After about a year of doing that, the scale skyrocketed from 140 to 230 pounds. Yes, that is 90 pounds in 1 year. Horrible for you, but it's what happened. Nothing I could do about it. I decided I wanted to lose weight, not because I thought I looked bad, because I didn't feel healthy anymore. And I'd also been addicted to vaping at the time, so it made me feel even more unhealthy to do that. But I couldn't do cardio. I couldn't squat some days, my knees would hurt. And I knew that it was from my higher body fat percentage, because had I gained some muscle weight, yes, but most of it was fat weight, dude. Let's be honest. It was mostly fat weight. And so basically, I decided to start going on a cut, but I told myself I wouldn't track it because I had such a negative history with tracking calories. I just didn't trust myself. Big mistake, because since I wasn't tracking, I was actually eating way less than I should have been. I was eating 1,200 calories a day because I wasn't tracking it. It wasn't on purpose, and I was constantly hungry. So I decided one day, I need to track it. I just can't. I need to track it because I'm starving all the time. I need to get over it. I know that I've had a bad history with tracking, but I can take control over tracking my calories, and I can do it in a healthy way. I'm going to track them. So once I started tracking my calories, I upped it to 2,100. And I was still lifting 5 days a week, and I upped my cardio from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. The jump was crazy, but I just thought, I'm not going to dip my toes in. I'm just going to jump in, you know? And it's a cardio. It was a Stairmaster level like 3, nothing crazy. And weightlifting 5 days a week, 2 rest days. On Saturdays is the days that I did not track any calories or macros. And the reason I did that is because what happens when you go from eating unhealthy to going on a cut is that your body starts to crave all the unhealthy foods way more than it did before. So I always told myself, I'm going to give myself 1 day a week to fulfill and satiate all those cravings. So that exact routine, lift 5 days a week, 20 minutes of cardio, 2,100 calories a day, untracked on the weekends. For 7 months of that, I lost 60 pounds. So that's about pounds a week, just about, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And I didn't want fast weight loss. I needed to be patient with it. I told myself when I first started going on a cut, this weight loss is going to take forever. I know it's going to take forever, but I know I can do it too. So a little added tidbit in there is that throughout this entire time, I didn't weigh myself at all, actually. I only recently started weighing myself. But we'll get into that in a second. Basically, I lost 60 pounds doing that, went from 230 to 180, so maybe that math is a little wrong. Maybe it was 50 pounds. Once I got to 180 is when I started weighing myself again, because I knew I was in a spot mentally where I could handle it and not spiral out of control if I see that I'm big, right? Because after all the work I had done on my mental health, I just felt like I was finally in a good spot that I could weigh myself again. And I started weighing myself. I saw I was at 180 and the number didn't move for about a month. And I realized that eating all these untracked foods on the weekends was actually hurting me because it was causing my weight to plateau and stabilize because I was eating untracked on the weekends and those added calories were evening out to a number that wasn't allowing me to lose weight anymore. So I redid my TDEE calculator. My calories had dropped from 2,100 to 1,800 because of how much weight I've lost. And I decided to chill out on the bad foods on the weekend. So I came up with I came up with like a plan. Every Friday, I would bake something because I love to bake, and I would eat that thing, and that would be my cheat meal for the whole weekend. So now, instead of having entire days where I don't track, there's one meal that I don't track, if that makes sense. Or I track it, but it's not too high because it's just one meal. And so that's me now. From then, I've lost 10 pounds, 8 pounds. I'm at 172 as of this morning. And I lift 5 days a week. I have 2 rest days. I walk 25 minutes a day now because I have a puppy now, so I have to walk him every single day. And my job is on my feet, so it gives me a little more physical activity. But if there's one thing I want everybody to take away from this video is that you should view weight loss as something that is only used as a tool to get healthier. Not a tool to look better, not a tool to get more friends, not a tool to get a boyfriend. No, just to get healthier. And that was my biggest struggle my entire life, is that I never wanted to get healthier. I wanted to look better. I didn't care if it killed me. Honestly, I didn't care if it killed me, how much I calorie restricted. I just wanted to look better, get a boyfriend, have more friends, be more popular, whatever the fuck, whatever that causes them to act like that. But I'm happy to say that over the journey that I just told you guys about, since I stopped giving food the power over my life that it had, and I started viewing it as something needed to fuel my workouts, my life, it really changed my perspective on it. And it honestly made me a much happier human being. If I go over my calorie limit, I don't care. Like, it happened. Nothing I can do about it. I don't over exercise to compensate for it. And a lot of people like to call me fat and they like to make fun of me and they like to say I'm bulking forever and whatever, but it doesn't affect me because I've already gone through that myself. I've said those things to myself over and over. I have heard them over and over. People telling me that on the internet, it doesn't bother me because I that those things that you're saying are true. I know that I have fat on me. I know that I look like I'm bulk or whatever the fuck. I know these things, but I don't let them define me as a human being. Okay. So yeah, I lost 60 pounds using a calorie deficit and how I healed my relationship with calorie tracking, food, things like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday for a new video.